Okay, good afternoon to you. So even for the virtual ones, as per the Sri Lankan time, I say good afternoon. Hope I'm audible. I need response from the virtual platform. Am I audible to you?
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. Hope everyone is good. And also I request that from the class, I appreciate if you can occupy the seats on the front. Because for your safety, I'm with the mask today. So I'm not quite sure whether you will hear me properly. The ones also sitting at the back in the physical class, I wish can manage. Can you hear me? Okay, fine. So then if that is the case, we'll start. So the last week was the first day, and also we discussed certain things. We started discussing what is marketing. So you have to update me where we stop, purposefully. I don't keep the records because I want students to keep the records because you should know where we stop. And also we set the scope of marketing and also very detailed. We discuss like in marketing, we don't sell any product or services. Rather, we are giving a value to our customer base. I hope you do remember that. And also we said, then we have taken the value concept separately and discuss what is the value. Can you all remember? So there, we said that we discussed this concept. Hope you remember. We have, so value is a comparison between the total customer benefits and the total customer cost, where which is the sets of benefits and the sets of cost, which includes 4 for each. And also we took an example. I gave you an example, and also I asked you to articulate an example for the degree program that you are following. Also, what are the other learning points we discussed from here? We discussed this is a kind of a perceptual thing. So that means it's depending on the individual person, though it is the same product, individual person will perceive it in a different way. And also the other way around, we say that even if it is the same person, for different products, it's a different perceptions. So it's a different customer value we expect from different product, it's obvious. So those are the points we discussed the last time. So where we stop? We stop in this place, or else we discuss about the something else as well. I'm asking from both sides, from the virtual side and the physical side. You have to tell me where we stop. I told you, like for marketing, you have to have the notes. There have a notebook. So I go and tell me what's the last topic we discussed. Any volunteers on the virtual? I want response, please. At least from the physical class.
Customer perceived value.
Customer perceived value and discuss the example. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's what I also had in my mind, but I just wanted to double check. So then we say that in marketing, from this point onward is the one that we are starting the today's discussion. This is what my normal practice. I'll just refresh your mind. The last point we discussed, and then we'll carry forward from that point itself. Okay, because I know that like you are coming to this subject after 1 week time. So certainly your memory is maybe busy with some other personal things and some other subjects and office matters as well. So they are like, if I'm putting you back to the point of marketing, it's all about 3 elements. So what those 3 elements are? We have to understand the customer's requirement of our target market. Also, we have to fulfill them better than what other competitors are doing. So at the same time, you have to maintain the profitability. Okay, so that's even if you are articulating it from your words with that idea, that is marketing. Okay. And certainly for your stage, I'm not expecting any definitions to remember. Because no point, since you are practitioners, no point of remembering the definitions, but you should understand what is it. Okay. So the other point we said that if that is the case, if the marketing is totally like you select your target market first and study about them as the example what I told you that day. If you want to offer a nutritious drink, first you have to decide to which group that you are going to offer it. Is it for children, it's for young generation, or is it for the adults? Because their requirements are different, 3 different groups. So then suppose that if you decided to offer something for children, so then you have to study like being children from a nutritious drink, what they're expecting, what nutritious values, what flavors, in which form, is it a powder form or the drink form, something like that. Then you have to design that value. So they're expecting some benefits out of that, so that you have to design that value. That's what here it says, the designing the value. So according to that value, now you are designing your product. Then you have to put a price for it. Then you have to like make the people aware that we have a product like this. You have to start selling and you have to do the advertising. Also, you have to keep that product in a proper place for people to buy. So first you have to look for like in which kind of places where this customer group, this target market, we have selected children. Where the children search for this product to buy? Are they searching in the school canteen? You have to keep it in the school canteen. Are they searching it in the vending machines in some other countries? So then you have to keep it in the vending machines. So are they searching in the supermarkets? You have to keep it in the supermarket. So likewise, it has to make it available in the stores as per the customer's expectations. Then in terms of like arranging the display, like how to put that? Are you going to put it in the average product or are you going to make it as a special product? Okay. Like in terms of how you maintain the inventory. So that's all coming under marketing. So from the first 2 bullets, as you can see here, selecting the target market and understand the customer's requirement, this is our first element in marketing. All the other bullets are the second element in marketing. We give the whatever in an outstanding way from that of the competitors' products. So then all these things, if you are doing in an outstanding way, then we will be able to maintain the profitability, ability of making the profit in the future. So that's all marketing. So that means it has a wide scope. That's the point that I wanted to pass with you. Is that clear? How about for the virtual one? Is that clear? Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No, madam.
Okay. Thank you for the response. Time to time, I'm asking your response because otherwise, I'm not quite sure whether I'm audible or you're understanding. I told you at the very first day, also utilize the time. Being with me to get the subject today itself. Now, like different people have defined it in a different way. So just to complete the notes, I have included that in the slides. But I'm not expecting you to memorize these ones. Marketing is managing profitable customer relationship, one thing. Also, Peter Drucker says the aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. So simply marketing is we meet the customer's requirements profitably. And this definition is quite a bit of a comprehensive definition by Kotler, the ones that we are mainly referring to. So even in this definition, I don't want to memorize this, but I want to understand what he's trying to say. Okay. So I'll take you through. Marketing is a social and managerial process. From this process, the people, I mean individuals, as well as organizations, obtain what they need and want. How? Through creating and exchanging value with the others. You see, in this definition, nowhere he has mentioned product or service. So it's just creating and exchanging a value with the others. So who is doing this? It's being done by both organizations and the individuals. So I'll explain how it happened to organizations and the individuals later on. Just give me a minute. But I'll start from the first phase of the definition. Marketing is a social process. So just take a few minutes and think. I told you that very first day, it's not just I'm talking because you are practitioners and you have a lot of experience. So both context, virtual and the physical class. So you reflect yourself. I'll give you 1 minute. Why we call marketing as a social process? Take it down in your notebook and we'll see your way of thinking. Then I'll explain what is it. Okay, apparently, like you may have an answer. So any volunteer from the virtual platform, why do you say that marketing is a social process?
Ma'am, they're not misleading the customers.
Okay, yeah. So any other volunteer from the virtual platform, I can give one more chance to someone else. Apparently no volunteers from the virtual anymore. Okay, so how about from the physical class? Why we say that marketing is a social process? I told you like it's all your friends. So you are here to learn. So make mistakes. Through the mistakes, we learn a lot, not just being silent. Why we say marketing is a social process? Yeah, so one of the answer that's coming, I know that the ones, your colleagues in the physical class, you can't hear. So that I will repeat the what they are telling to the virtual colleagues. So one of the colleagues said that all the marketing functions are related to the customers. Customers are human beings, so it's a social process. Yeah. Yes, that's the answer. Because we say that marketing is a social process. So how you start thinking it? I told you I'm not worried about the end. I'm worried about how you come over there. So marketing is a social process. You should start thinking, what is marketing? So marketing is all about understanding people, fulfill their requirement better than competitors. At the same time, you have to maintain the profitability. So if that is the case, all our tasks are oriented towards whom? Customers. Customers are human beings. The social means human being, isn't it? So that we call it as a social process. So I think that you all thought in the same way. So what are the other functions, other management functions, which is a social process? Is finance, accounting a social process? No, because it's mainly deals with the figures, cash. Is production a social process? No, because it's their main focus on what? Input, the raw material, process, and the output. So those functions in an organization, they are not social processes. But HRM, it's a social process. But it's not that challenging as marketing. Why? Because you can easily control your employees. You can put the rules. You can put the policies. If they are not adhere to that, you can fire them out from the company. But marketing is a social process which is more challenging than the human resource management because it's out of your control. But being out of your control, still you have to get the control. So it's challenging. It's a challenging social process. Okay. Also, in this definition, it says, which is a managerial process. Another time for you to reflect yourself. Why marketing is called as a managerial process? You write it down, tell me, and then we'll discuss. Okay. See whether I have. So I hope you had enough time because I'm observing the behavior of the physical class and if they have finished writing. So I think I assume that the time is enough. So as usual, I'm giving the chance to virtual. Why we say that marketing is a managerial process? Are there any volunteers in the virtual class? Okay, no thought. It seems like how about from the physical class? Why we say it's a management process, managerial process? Yeah, the one answer getting from the virtual class is they have to manage the limited resources to fulfill their set objectives. Yes, that's the answer. Like how you have to get that answer is you have to think what is management? Why management is required? So why management is required? Because we have scarce resources, limited resources. We have unlimited resources. We don't need to manage them. Since we have limited resources, by using that limited resources, we have to fulfill our objectives. So that's why that resources needs to be planned well. That needs to be organized. So you have to give a direction for that. You have to give a leadership for that. You have to motivate people to utilize that resources. And at last, you have to control and see whether that set objectives are being achieved by using the resources. So all these main management functions are required just because resources are limited. But with that limited resources, you have a bit of an outstanding objective to achieve. So that is the fundamental in management. So now it says that marketing is also same. So how come? Excuse. If you take an organization, in any organization, there are different divisions. Marketing division, the finance division, HR division, production division, IT division. So likewise, no matter whether you are in Sri Lanka, in Australia or Bangladesh, or India, whatever the country, the organization structure is like that, which has some divisions and functions. They may have different terminologies, but it's there. So then for marketing division, so at the end of the year, the marketing head of the division is requesting some resources from the top management. So they are saying that they are forecasting 2023. Now we are at the end of 2022. So this month they have to prepare the budget for the next year. So every division is doing it. Head of the division is doing that. Since this is marketing subject, I'm just relevant to the marketing only. So then the marketing head is saying that our 2023, so these are the brands. So for each brand, these are our targets. So this brand will keep it as a market leader because we already a market leader. For this brand, so in this position, now we want to uplift to this position. So likewise, they have set objectives. So then they have like basically what you are doing in costing. Yeah, so then you say that like to achieve that targets, we want these resources. We want this much of vehicles. We want this much of salary. We want this much of staff. So we want this much of, suppose that if you are planning for a launch or opening up a new branch, so then you have to have a separate budget for it. Okay. So then you amalgamate all these things and you are saying that this is our budget for 2023. So by using these resources, these are the objectives that I will be hitting. So then you are forwarding that to the CEO. Then the CEO won't give it as it is because you all are practitioners, you know it, isn't it? So even though you are requesting certain things, they won't give as you are requesting. So then they will, because it's the resources, like the marketing division, other divisions also having the same budgets proceeding to the CEO. Then the CEO should decide how should I allocate the company resources among these functions. So he is the one allocating, that's his main job. So then he is analyzing, okay, so I should give this much for marketing, this much for finance, this much for production. So likewise. Then the marketing persons are getting only limited amount of resources. So that resources needs to be planned, organized with the leadership motivation. The same function should be done. Ultimately, see whether objectives are being achieved. So all the management things are happening. Where does it happen? At the marketing department. So at the marketing department, we can take it as a managerial process. Hope it's clear. For the virtual platform, is it clear? I want the response from the virtual platform.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, ma'am, it's
Um,
clear.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, what else we have to know about in this definition? Yeah. It says that this is being practiced by the individuals and the organizations. Like I'll come back to the individuals in a minute. It's being practiced by the organizations. Tell me, are the organization equal to companies? Or is it something different? Or the companies and organization, it's the same or different? So how about the answer from the virtual class? Are the companies exactly equal to organization or not? Or is it something organization, is it much broader or is it equal to the companies? Organizations are broader. The organization we can see like two types, the profit oriented and non-profit oriented. Only profit oriented organizations are the ones that we call as companies. So obviously they do marketing because they are being oriented towards the profit. So we say that in marketing, fulfill customers' requirement profitably. Then certainly I don't need to explain, like the companies are anyway, they practice marketing. So they are non-profit or profit oriented organizations. Then as per this Kotler's definition, it says all the organizations practice marketing. So that means it's include non-profit oriented organizations as well. So not only the companies. How come it happened? Like non-profit oriented organizations, some examples. Charity organizations, maybe religious places, temples, the church, the monks. How they are practicing marketing? Just think for 2 minutes. Think along the three elements. So if marketing, it's understand the customer's requirement of your target market. And the second one is fulfill better than what competitors are doing, maintaining the profitability. How these three elements matches with a non-profit oriented organization activities. Think and put a small note in your notebook and then we'll discuss. in an adult's class, like more you be open to you, more you be not like genuine to yourself, honest to yourself, you will learn. Because I can't come and see like whether each of you are in line with what I want you to, but you have to try if I'm asked you to try. As usual, I'm giving the chance to virtual class. Anyone can explain like how the marketing is practiced by non-profit oriented organization. It's ideal if you take an example. Suppose that if I'm taking a religious place, maybe a church or a temple or any religious place, how do they practice marketing? Even whatever the example that you have taken on board, I don't mind, but I just would like to listen to any of your thoughts from the virtual class. What has happened to the virtual class? And you have been very active last week. So apparently, like you don't have any thoughts. Ah, yeah, please.
Ma'am, say suppose it is related to some religious function. So what they can do is they can select some people who can contribute to this charity or that religious function, and they collected some cash from these people. So after that, they plan this event.
Okay, I understand what you are trying to say. Yes. Okay. So how about someone from the virtual, the physical class?
Actually, so charity campaigns that they raise fund and provide welfare services to the best of their extent and market themselves as uh, the best place that they provide welfare services.
So the answers coming from physical class, it's more or less the same as a virtual, like it says a charity organization and they do organize some the functions to they collect the money and some charity projects and then showcase that they are the best charity organization. Yeah, that was the answer coming from the virtual class as well as the physical class. Yes, so I do agree with you. So I will first explain in a scenario in a religious place, and also then we'll see like how we can articulate it to the charity organization. So I said that if marketing is practiced by non-profit oriented organizations, and I ask you to think how it happened. Or theoretically, if I ask the implications of marketing in a non-profit oriented organization. So that's the basic formal way of asking a question like that. There you have to think along the three areas. Select the target market and understand their requirement. For a religious place, what is a target market? People, those who are going for that religious place, isn't it? So then in the marketing, we say that we have to understand their requirement. We means who? The ones, those who are running the religious place. If it is Buddhist, so it's Buddhist monks. Or otherwise, if it is a Christian, the fathers, preachers, and the whoever. Okay. So they should understand their community and what this community is expecting from the religious place. That is the first step of marketing. And then The second step, we have to fulfill their requirement in an outstanding way from that of the other competitors, even though they are not commercially compete with each other, but they do. In a certain the geographical space, if it has more than one religious places, some like as per the experience, we know that we prefer certain religious places than the other one. That because it gives what we expected, isn't it? So we like to go to that religious place, not the other one, because other one we don't like, isn't it? So then all the community people will get around that religious place which provide what people expect. So whatever they organize, many contributors are there. So then automatically it survives. So that's the profitability. So it has a sustain. So that's the profitability. So even a charity organization. So from the nature itself, they are meant for charity. So then the community expects some charity work from that organization, not commercial work. So that they have to give that. So that's why they are organizing projects showcasing the charity purpose. That's the second element. First, you understand, being a charity organization, what the society expects from us. That is the first step. Then you have to do it in an outstanding way whenever you are organizing a charity project. So that's why you are promoting it. You are highlighting the real benefit out of that. The society get it. So that is the second element in an outstanding way. So if you have done that one project successfully, doing the next one is easier because you have already positioned it. You have already shows that you are doing what you meant for. That is profitability. Future, you can convert that into a sustainability and the profit. Sustainability not in terms of environmental sustainability, but in terms of commercial sustainability. Understand? In that way, non-profit oriented organizations also practice marketing. Any questions so far? Then how come individuals? How the individual practices marketing? Without giving much thought, like you can tell me, like in which kind of instances? That means individual means you and me, isn't it? So it says, Kotler says, we also practice marketing. In which kind of instances? Any thoughts from the virtual class? And also the physical class?
Like doctors, teachers.
How? How the doctors and teachers are practicing marketing?
So in examples, we can see some the teachers advertising about their classes.
All right, right, okay. Some teachers are advertising their classes to attract the potential
Correct.
students. Yeah, okay, I got it. And how about from the physical class?
Being a brand.
To be in a brand, yes, okay. Nowadays, people are more talking about the personal branding, how you brand yourself, how you position yourself, okay. And any occasions, like instead of making it like generalized, if I make it to personalized you, so any occasion that you have market yourself? Ah, yes. So whenever you want to go for an interview, so you have to market yourself. So then if you are thinking along the three lines, the elements, what's your target market? Suppose that you want to apply for a good job. You want to get a good job. Okay, so if you want to get a good job, you have to market yourself. Then only they will select you. So then what's the target market? What's your target market then? Yeah, corporates. Because corporates are the ones, They are expecting something from you. Then how do you know their requirements? That's the first element. Understand the customer's requirement of the target market. You being a product, you want to market yourself. Now your target market is corporates. How do you know their requirements? How do you know that what they expect from you? I told you marketing is a practical subject. It's not that I'm giving the theory, I'm getting the theory from the practice that you are giving.
Job description.
Job description, of course, we get it once we got the job, isn't it? Advertisements, yes. In the advertisement, sometimes they describe. So if I'm combining those two, like in the advertisements, they describe like, I would say job specification, not the description. Job specification, they say that for this kind of a position, we need a person like this. So it shows the academic qualification, professional qualification, and the character, the skills. So everything is being listed down. So if you have a dream job in your career, this is the place where I have to hit another 5 years time or another 1 year's time or 3 years time. You have to keep eye on your target market. You have to keep eye on what the corporate expect from a person like this. That's the first element in marketing. Then the second element, so your product should be outstanding to fulfill that requirement. So who your competitors are then? So all the people, those who are in the waiting for that job, become your competitors. So many competitors are there. So sometimes the people already working, because they may also can apply for the similar job. People coming out from the foreign universities. People coming out from the national universities. People coming out from the affiliated universities. So many parts are there, and the people, those who are learning with you. So sometimes that these competitors that you can't even see, but then you have to show that you are an outstanding person. So the first thing what you are doing is you develop a CV, the biodata, and you are sending to the company. I'm such a kind of person. You are describing yourself in the CV. So then the company only look at the CV and they will shortlist. Okay, out of all the CVs they shortlist. Okay, so I will call these 5 for the interview, and then at least you are up. You have fulfilled some of the customers' requirement. That's why you are being shortlisted. Because if you are even disqualified, you will not be shortlisted. That's the second element, fulfilling the customer's requirement. But outstanding from that of the competitors, you have to show at the interview. So all the people are being called for the interview, fulfill the customer's requirement. But outstanding party is coming, and also you can show at the interview saying that I'm the ideal character to perform this job. So from where the profitability then comes? Marketing is having 3 elements. So we discussed target market, we discussed how we get to know their requirements, and we discussed how we match ourselves to their requirement. Also we discussed how we show we are outstanding. And then the other element, profitability. So now you have to think from your point of view, because you are the one who is practicing marketing. You are the one who is market yourself. So how you get the profitability to yourself? Yes, you get the job. You have the earning, isn't it? So that's the profitability. You have the ability of earning in the future because you have already marketed yourself. So that's why nowadays people are talking about the personal branding. So brand yourself, because so once you position, especially the corporate, once you position in the corporate sector, So your character and the way that you are positioned, it's very difficult to delete. If you have done something wrong in one company, even though you are changing the company from A to B, but still you are carrying your name. So you can't delete the history. So that's why we say that individuals, you have to be very careful. So you have to, it's not just the name, it's all your character that's determine your future. Isn't it? And even it's the very formal way, like we practice marketing. Otherwise, like even in day to day also, the people practices marketing. How come? Not for purchasing product. You may have seen like some people where they get friends very quickly. Whereas some people, it's very hard to develop the friends. Differences in marketing and not marketing. So if you are a person who can really understand someone and adjust as per the requirement, so many people like it. Am I right? But if you are a kind of a deserved person who doesn't care about others, so you just go the way that you want, you have very few friends. Many people don't like you. So that's a simple logic we practice marketing. Any questions so far? From the virtual class, is that clear how the individual practices marketing? Any questions? Is the virtual class exists? There are no questions. Okay, no questions. Okay, this is all what I want to discuss along with the Kotler's definition. Yes, marketing is a social process. Yes, it's a managerial process. Yes, it's being practiced not only by the profit-oriented companies, the non-profit-oriented organizations also practices. Even individuals practices in the marketing. It's all exchange of value with the others. Now we are moving to another main area, role of marketing. Basically, marketing is playing three roles. I'll start with the easiest one. It's a management function as a functional area of management that we already discussed. Like marketing is also one of the management function because all what's happening in management happening in marketing also. Because that's why I told you like marketing is a managerial function. So in management, limited resources are there. Yes, marketing also limited resources are there. In management, the set objectives are there. Here also the same. And also like in management, we utilize those resources in terms of planning, organizing, giving leadership and the motivation and control. Those main management functions are happening just to fulfill the sets objectives through the limited resources. Where does it happen in an organization? Where does that happen in an organization? Now I told you the answer. In the marketing division, isn't it? Okay. So the same thing is here. Like taking marketing as a management function is one of the role marketing plays in an organization, but it's happening at the department level because this resource allocation is taking place to the respective department. So there, what is the main concern? Like if you are the finance head, you will be given resources. Then you want to achieve that set target through the given resources. So in your mind, what works? Input, output. This is my input. What is my output? The same marketing manager also think in the same way. I have been given only this much of resources. This is my target. So how I achieve that? With this input. So we are talking about input-output ratio. So then it's talking about efficiency. So therefore, we say that taking marketing as a management function, one thing. Now you know what is it. Where does it happen? You know that it's happening in the marketing department in an organization. That is the second point. Third point, I'm adding one more to that. There our focus is for efficiency. Why efficiency? We try our level best to get the maximum output from the given input. So we are talking about the input-output ratio. So wherever input-output ratio, it's talking about the efficiency. Do you agree with me? So that's what here it says in this slide. That is the easiest one. So I started with the easiest one. Also, it says that marketing is, it has a role as a business philosophy. What do you mean by philosophy? I told you, like, this is the subject you understand from the common sense. Philosophy. Philosophy means what? Any thoughts from any sites, virtual or physical?
How things should be done.
How things should be done, yeah. Yeah, correct way, like even we have a life philosophy, isn't it? The way we think and way we act. So we think that this is how we have to live. That is our life philosophy. Whenever we are run a business, so there is a way that our business should be guide. So we think that if we do this one, then that is good. But if we do this one, that's bad. Okay. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of guiding our business. How come marketing should be the business philosophy? It has a role as a business philosophy. That's what it says. Now, I told you, of course, I'm being handicapped because I'm not supposed to stand up. So then I can't use the whiteboard. If you just visualize an organization, since you're a practitioners, it's not that challenging. Once you visualize the organization that you are working, which has different divisions from top to bottom. Top management, middle management, functional level management, isn't it? So in management, we can divide organization into 3 levels. Top management, middle level management, and the functional level management. Or we call it as operational level management. So based on what that division? Span of control. According to the span of control, we have 3 levels in any organization. Can you remember? You might have learned management somewhere in your career. So span of control means what? The possibility of controlling. The what span? The top people can control the entire organization. But the middle management can control only that person supposed to. The functional level people, marketing people can control only marketing department. The person doesn't have the authority to keep on the finance matters. So that's operational level. So that's why it says that as to the span of control, 3 levels can be seen. That is for one side. But for the other side, we can have functional divisions like HR, marketing, production, IT. So the organization can be divided in that way also. Now, if we are taking marketing as a business philosophy, the idea is like this. No matter where you are belongs to, even if you take any employee, no matter where that employee belongs to, that employee should understand my job is to fulfill the customer's requirement. Sometimes you're not directly deals with the customers, but that should be the everyone's philosophy. Then everyone should think from the marketing point of view. Then it becomes a business philosophy. Just imagine like this. Now, say I'm a production person. So my job is to manufacture the product. I'm not dealing with the customers, isn't it? Yeah. Someone else is there, that person's job is marketing. That person is the one who has to sell the product which I am manufacturing. And but in the production process, if I inferior the quality of the raw material what I am putting to the production machine, so what will happen? The product what I am manufacturing is inferior. So the marketing person is not aware that the product I have reduced the quality. This person carries the product to the market because the person doesn't know anything about it. So then the customers also purchase it because they trust the brand. So then after some time they realize something wrong with this product. Who made the mistake? Is it the marketing person or the production person? Production person. Marketing person doesn't know anything about it. So then what was the wrong? Production person didn't thought what I am manufacturing is for customer. So if you go to a restaurant, say for an example, the people in the kitchen you don't see. Unless otherwise it's an open kitchen. But if the person who is in the back office, in the kitchen, who is cooking should understand I'm cooking for someone to eat. So if I cook tasty, then the new people will come to this restaurant. It's not that person's job to attract the customers. But it will automatically happen if everyone is thinking in that way. Understand? Or just imagine like in a company, you have a credit policy. Okay. Say that if it is FMCG company, say Unilever, so it's available around the globe. So I can take that example. It won't handicap the virtual class. So then the Unilever is putting their products to retailers. So then once they put the retailers and they are issuing a bill. So then that will be recorded in our accounts as receivables. Isn't it? Okay. So in this, then that is marketing division's job, selling the product. And they handed over bill to the finance department. So in the finance department people, they will see that, okay, how much receivables are there? The company policy is, say, 14 days credit. So within the day that it issue the invoice, the 14 days are there for that customer to settle the bill. Now, in the companies, you have a debt collectors also. So what's the job of the debt collector? Collecting the due amount to the company. So now this debt collector is having a target. So within a month, that person should bring certain debts to the company. That's the person's job. You have to correct me if not, because you all are practitioners, I'm an academic. So then if that debt collector behave like this, for one of the company, so which is a very regular customer to the company, so then the Unilever has placed that huge stock for a particular retailer. Now that retailer is having a financial crisis. The retailer means a customer. That customer is a special customer. So the customer has already requested 2 more days because 14 days is coming on a Friday. The person has requested instead of settling the bill on Friday fully, I will settle it on the next Monday. So the marketing person understand, yes, looking at the history, this person has not done something wrong. The person has settled the bill on time so that I can give that person 2 days extra. It's not like 2 days extra giving, it's automatically it's given. Not like Friday afternoon it's giving and the person says I'll put the check on Monday morning. So that arrangement has gone with the marketing path, marketing person understand. But if I'm putting you to the role of debt collector, now suppose that That Friday is coming to the end of the month. The debt collector wants to hit that person's target. Looking at the invoices, easiest way that person to hit the target is getting the check from the highest bill. Am I right? You also will do so if you are a debt collector. Because like if you have to bargain with 5 people, that is hard. But if you bargain with 1 people to get that amount, it's easier. Okay? Certainly you will go for the easy path. So you will pressurize that person, that special customer. No, the company policy is this. You must give the check this today. So person sometimes so much that you are pressurizing, person sometimes give the check, but will damage the trust. From the next time onward, so sometime that the customer has already now disappointed. So just imagine like I have been with your company for this much of years. So I've been settling the bill on time. I just requested only 2 days. It's just not 2 days. It's automatically happened. But you are not flexible. One division flexible, the other division was not flexible, but for the customer, company is company. Understand? So they don't mind the internal issues. So what was the wrong there? That debt collector didn't think what my job is. Ultimately, all what I'm doing is not to get the cash from the customer to the company. Ultimately, we as a company should do best to the customers. So then only we can keep that customer with us. Then only we can survive. Otherwise, if marketing people are not bringing the cash, what to manage? Nothing to manage. Isn't it? Like what has happened to Sri Lanka nowadays. The financial crisis is why? Because we don't have finance. So there should be a source. So that's why we say that marketing should be a business philosophy. Like if you go to the shop and you purchase, we say a television. You say that that people, the one who is in the showroom saying that, okay, I will distribute this to your doorstep tomorrow. You are taking leave and waiting. It didn't come. How is your feeling? You say that like you have a function, so that's why you have purchased that the special home appliances. The function day has already gone, but it's not delivered. And then once you inquire from the customer care, and they're saying that extremely sorry, like we don't have the delivery facilities to the destination that's been scheduled in 2 days' time. Are you going to buy the home appliances from that shop again? Because you don't care like how their deliveries are being scheduled. So if they promise, they have to do it. Otherwise, like once you place the order, if they are calling you and saying that that model is not there in our stock, how do you feel? Understand? Okay. So that's every single person should understand my job, no matter whether I'm directly seeing the customer or not, ultimately it goes to the customer. From top to bottom, now I explain about the different functions. Top to bottom, like just imagine whenever you are going to the office is closed. When you go to the office is closed. Whose fault is that? The one who is opening the door, isn't it? So once you go there, like say you are starting the work from say 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Cleaning people are coming at 9. Can you work? Because they have to clean prior you arrive. Then only the place is ready for you to do your job. So then only you do your job productively and then it ultimately go to the customer. So no matter how big or small the job that the company employees are doing, they should understand I'm serving for customers. Even the CEO should understand no point of cutting the cost. Do the correct thing. If people want it, give it. But make sure it's not at the compromise of the business profit. So that's why, that always this conflict is happening within the organization. So that's why it says that you have to take marketing as the entire business philosophy. Everybody should understand the important. If customers are there, the company will serve. Otherwise, no wonder you may be a superb accountant, you may be a superb production manager, you may be a superb CEO, but if no customers, no point. So that's why being accountants, this subject has been included in your syllabus because your mindset is totally in a different way. I'm not blaming you, but that's you are a left brain thinkers. That's why. So that's the idea it's been gone here. It's more than selling, and everyone should understand their requirement is to fulfill the customer's requirement. And at last, you can see it concerns the achievement of the effectiveness. What does effectiveness means? At least effectiveness. Efficiency is input output. Effectiveness. Doing the right thing, yes. So if everyone thinking that my job is for fulfilling the customer's requirement, they are doing the correct thing as a company, isn't it? So that's why we say that the marketing has having 3 roles. If we're taking it as a business philosophy, we targeting the doing the correct thing, effectiveness as a company. If we are taking marketing as a management function that is happening at the department level, we focus on the efficiency. So if we are doing both, that means we focus both efficiency and effectiveness. Is that clear? So then, so this is what it says, taking as a business philosophy. So you are focusing on the effectiveness. Making as a management function, you focus on the efficiency because you are looking at the input-output ratio, resource utilization. You might have seen this grid somewhere else in your career, studies. This is a basic management principle of combining effectiveness and efficiency. So if I take you through, since you have already learned this, what does this tribe situation means? The situation where we do the correct thing. Also, we are utilizing resources properly. Okay. If we take the marketing as a management function, we utilize the resources correctly. If we take it as a business philosophy, we are doing the correct thing. So then this is the ideal the position for a company to serve, to run their business. It's an ideal situation. But in case if they had to sacrifice the efficiency, you are doing the correct thing. Taking the marketing as a business philosophy, it's happening. But at the department level, you are making some resource wastage. But still your company survive. Why? Why does still company survive? Because you're doing the correct thing. As a whole, everyone is fulfilling the customer's requirements. So the customers will certainly come. But in case where if it sacrifices the effectiveness, it means you are doing the wrong thing. But your manufacturing is not something customer expected. So the different divisions are doing different directions. You don't take marketing as a business philosophy. But at the department level, your resource utilization is really good. Whatever the existing resources, you are nicely utilizing. So that at least you can run your business for some time, but it will collapse in the future. Because what you are doing is not the customer expect from your company. So that's why it's saying dying, but dying is happening slowly. Why? efficient. Existing resources you can use for a longer period of time. But no new resources are added because customers don't like what you give. But even if you sacrifice, that is also like existing resources also you are wasting. You are wasting for manufacturing unnecessary things. Then suddenly resources will also, they're running out and no resources are coming to the company will die. Is that clear? How we combine the two roles with the effectiveness and efficiency? Hope it's 100% understood, both virtual and the physical. Virtual class, how do you feel? Is that clear? Are you there? Is that clear?
Yes,
I'm going to ask. Okay. So then, how about the physical class? Is it fully understood? Then tell me, I'm going to ask a question, if so. Okay. So then, if you give a correct answer, I'm happy that you understood. I will ask a question like this. Yes, it's true. Marketing as a business philosophy and as a management function, both are equally important. It's true. It's the ideal situation. But companies are not always running in ideal situation. Practically, sometimes you have to give the priority for something. So if you are being given these two, like taking marketing as a business philosophy, taking marketing as a management function, out of these two, you are being given selection to prioritize. Because I can't give the same concern to both equally. So practically, I have to give more concern to something. So which one you would prioritize? Have an answer, write it down in your book. Then I know that you need it. Otherwise, you are simply listening to others' answers. Slowly write down your answer in the notebook. I will repeat the question again. Marketing is playing three roles. We have already discussed two. Taking as a management function and as a business philosophy. Both are equally important, no doubt. But in case if something needs to be prioritized, which one should be prioritized? That's my question. So may I give the chance to the virtual class? I want few answers. What do you think? Which should be the prioritized one? Is it the business philosophy or is it a management function? Out of these two, which one? I hope the virtual class is actually there. Not just putting the session on and you are doing something else. I don't think so. So I of course need the answer from you. Because I just want to see whether you understood it. Your answer is the only one that shows me whether you have understood it or not. Will you please? I don't think that I asked a difficult question. And also like you're not going to lose your life even though your answer is wrong. And you won't lose your marks also. At least you know that you know or you don't know. Come on. At least the Sandar one who always speaks.
So for effectiveness, because at least it gives some benefit to the customers.
Okay. Anyone else? Sandu? Not quite sure the Sandu is there in the session. So silent character. Harsha? Okay. So try your level best to utilize the opportunities what I'm giving. Because otherwise it's your valuable time. I of course do my part and go, but learning it's up to you. So then how about from the physical class? Is the management function more important? Taking management function important or taking as a business philosophy more important? So just this is something common for the usual the virtual class also. If you are saying out of these two, the priority should be go to the taking marketing as a management function. Raise your hand, please. So you are saying that taking it as a management function more important than taking it as a business philosophy. No one is raising the virtual. I'm sure that they are not there. Okay, it's very interesting. Then, okay, good. Then like, yeah. Who are telling out of these two, taking it as a business philosophy is more important than taking it as a management function? Raise the hand, please. What happened to the rest? In both, you have to be either way. So you can't be nowhere. Okay? So because the last chance that you have to make sure, because this is something very crucial in marketing and very frequently I have checked in the past papers. So you have to get it because you, like I know that you all are accounting practitioners. So sometimes it's a little hard for you to absorb this. I don't teach, but I will repeat, I'll get the answer from you. So many hands I can see from the virtual class. Thank you so much for it. Let me repeat it again. Because I'm not happy with the answers that I got from the physical class. Okay. We know marketing, the ones those who are sleeping, wake up and listen to me. Okay. So then the marketing, it's having two roles. Of course, it has three roles, but I have only discussed two yet. Marketing is playing a management role that is happening at the department level. At the department level, the resources are there so that for the resources, we want to get the maximum output. So we're talking about the efficiency. And the other role, taking as a business philosophy, regardless where the employee belongs to, in any division, any level. Everyone should understand your job ultimately going to the customer. What you do, indirectly or directly, it's ended up with the customers. That means if the people have understood in that way, they will do their maximum. Then ultimately, as a company, you do what customer expected. That is the correct thing. So that is effectiveness. Okay, those two are being linked like that. management function linked with the efficiency, business philosophy linked with the effectiveness. Is that clear? That is the first step of the concept. Now I have combined that two. It's a combination effect. No wonder this is the ideal situation for a company to run. Both should be there. But in case if you had to sacrifice efficiency, still you can survive because what you do is correct. But in a point where if you sacrifice the effectiveness, either sooner or later you will die. Now tell me which is more important. Taking business philosophy or taking as a management function? Now raise the hand who is telling management function is important. Who is telling management function is important than the business philosophy? Who is telling business philosophy is more important than management function? The ones those who are sleeping anyway, they won't raise the hand. Yeah, now I'm happy. Yeah. Because earlier some of you got other way wrong. Because it's if you keep eye on this, at the point where it's become ineffective, die, both case. So then this is more important. Either be here or be here. So in that case, this effectiveness is linked with the business philosophy, not as a management function. Even if you're not performing the management function properly, nothing will happen. So long as if it is being taken as a business philosophy. So therefore, in case, if the company happen to prioritize, they have to prioritize what? Business philosophy, isn't it? Okay. So what time we usually go for break? Is it the right time for us to go for break? Yeah, we started at 1 o'clock. No? It's almost like 1:30. Yeah, we'll go for like a break because you all are almost like sleeping. Okay. Then how long that I gave last time? 20 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. No? So this we are in the physical class, we have to go down and have something and come. So we'll leave like 25 minutes break. But the session will be on. We will not be. Close the door. Okay, we are back after the break. Hope the ones those were in the virtual class also you had a break and then we'll continue. This is what we were discussing prior to the break, where I said that marketing is having three roles. We take it as a business philosophy, also we take it as a management function. Also, it's a skill. Skill means what? You also have certain kind of skills. We all have human being, we have some skills, and some skills, of course, we can develop. What is a skill? In layman language? Ability, yes. The ability to do something, it's a skill. So we have to take marketing as a skill. That's what it says. Skill of what? Sensing ability and the relating ability. So you have to have both these abilities to take it as a skill. Let's see what is this sensing ability. Like if I'm putting you back to the what is marketing, marketing is all about understand people and fulfill their requirement better than what other people are doing. Okay. So how we understand the people is the question. Because in this world, am I audible to the virtual class? Sorry, I forgot to ask. Virtual class and okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in this world, like the most difficult task for us to understand a human being. Even a behavioral science, the entire discipline has been evolved just to understand the behavior of the people. And there are a lot of scientists who those who are researching on human behavior. You might have heard about Sigmund Freud, the psychology guru. A lot of theories are being built up to understand the behavior of the people. So that is it's the entire, just imagine the entire discipline, the behavioral science, social science, other than the natural science like chemistry, physics, and those kind of things, the entire discipline, like the entire management discipline, entire social sciences discipline, it's for understanding human being. That's difficult and complicated. Why is that? So we as human being, as you all are as practitioners, you have been with the people, tell me like why is that challenging? Yeah, it is different from person to person. The one reason is people are really diverse. Even if you take Like your family members, you may, if you have brothers and sisters, they may are different to you because same mother and father, same family background, sometimes same school, same way born and grown up, but still two different characters. Even twins, two different characters. So that is the natural, the nature of the human being. They are highly diverse. And what would be the other reason? There is one reason. That's why it's very hard for us to understand human being. Any thoughts from the virtual class? But it has become so challenging. If only I'm talking, certainly you will fall into sleep after like 40 minutes time. So you should also speak. What's the other reason like? Don't you think that they are highly volatile? They're changing very frequently, like especially the females. So being a female, I have to accept the reality. Like in the morning, one mood, but in the afternoon, not even afternoon, within a couple of hours, it's like a sky in the Asian context. The morning, it's very bright, but in a couple of hours time, it's heavily raining. Highly volatile. That's another nature of the human being. Like they change their mood very frequently. And therefore, because of their highly volatility nature, it's very difficult for us to predict them. Very hard for us to predict the human being. So that's why like even certain theories are predicting, but only up to a certain level. Like if we take the Sigmund Freud, the Pavlovian theory, I don't know whether you have heard about it. Like so Sigmund Freud is the one who is doing a lot of research regarding the human behavior, the psychology, how our mind works. So they are like the substituting human being for monkeys, rats, and dogs. So just by looking at the rats' behavior, monkeys' behavior, and the dogs' behavior, thinking that the people like this. Like you might have heard like Pavlovian theory from the Sigmund Freud, where we can condition the people. Like it was a research, so with the dog and also with the monkey as well. The bell was rang. That's at the same time. With the bell, food was given to the dog. So then the dog was just stimulated to have the food soon after the bell. So then if it is being repeated for some time, even if the only bell is there, food is not there, but the dog is waiting for food. That is being conditioned. Like and another research, like he did, like he put a monkey to a cage, and then the monkey was just the dancing, like jumping here and there. Suddenly the door opened. The monkey learned from it. If I behave like this door will open. Every time monkey is put to the cage, monkey is doing the same, the rhythm of dancing, the door is open, the condition. You just imagine yourself like if you are being used to have dinner with the particular TV program. So like suppose that if the TV program is going as per like say 8 o'clock or 8:30, even if you had something at 7, you feel like having your dinner with the teledrama. Because we can put the people into the condition. So those theories are there, but even that is the case, very difficult. So that's why like we say, so sometimes you just think about yourself. One day you like vanilla ice cream, but the next day you say, no, today I don't want vanilla, I want chocolate. Reason? No reason. Isn't it? So it's very hard. So then if that is the case, sensing means what? As a human being, we sense the environment. How we sense the environment? We have 5 senses. What those 5 senses are? Vision, we see and understand certain things. Smell, we smell and understand certain things. Hearing, we listen and understand certain things. Taste, we taste and understand certain things. Touch. So those are the five senses. Can we use these five senses to understand a human being? By looking at a human behavior, can we understand a person? Ask from yourself. By looking at the way the person talk, can fully understand a person? Lot of liars are there. Just by look, can we smell? Smelling, of course, we can tell the cleanliness, but not more than that. Of course, you should not be in a trap to taste the people. And also, the touch the people, you have to be careful. Okay. So then these five senses are helpless for understanding the people. Do you agree with me? Then that's what it says, that you have to feel it. How do you get that feeling then? There is no proper mechanism of understanding the customers, understanding people. I can't say that you have to do this like this way. It's an ability, but how you develop that ability? Any thoughts from the virtual class? How you develop the ability of sensing the customers? That means sensing the people, understanding the people. How you develop that ability? First, I give the priority for the virtual class, because I want to know whether they are in the class or not.
Based on their past behaviors.
Okay, good attempt. Any more thoughts from the virtual class? Okay. So how about physical class?
So what and why, like
Mm.
what and how.
Yeah, why they are like that and how, okay. You have to be vigilant, yeah. So sorry to repeat that to the class, because the one of your colleagues saying that it's like always you have to have a mindset, what and why, or how it happened, something like that. Okay, I do agree. So from a practical perspective, yeah. So just I would say it's matter with the experience. More the people that you are being exposed to, it's easier for you to understand the next person. Do you agree with me? Excuse. If you are being exposed to very limited number of people, so then your ability of understanding is relatively low. But if you have been exposed to thousands of people, then you are being exposed to varieties. So the next variety, it's very easy. So that's why. So there is a sound coming on. I hope it won't disturb the virtual class. If so, please let us know. So that's why in the marketing field, experienced marketing managers are being paid well. Experience matters a lot. And the ones that to start with the ground level, the ones we start with the sales representative job from the market, they are being paid well. Why? Because they know the ground reality. They know what is happening in the market. They know how the people are thinking. So just imagine yourself, if you are in a group when you were the grown up in your life, if you have been exposed to all good people and bad people, all the horrible people, then you can survive. You can easily understand the next person. But if you have been exposed to only good people, it's very difficult for you to understand hard people, bad people. Okay? So simple as that. It's the experience. Clear? And the other one is you have to have, like, if you want to practice marketing properly, one thing, you should feel the people, you have to sense the people, you have to sense the market, the customer, how the customer is thinking, how they are thinking are changing, how you develop it through the experience. And the other one is you should have to have like relating ability. What does that mean? It's like you understand human behavior, but you have to adjust yourself. If you are not adjusting, then again, you are not practicing marketing. Just imagine like if you are with the friends and you know that some of your friends, like say for an example, like you had a plan of going for a movie or something. But once you get together and you realize that one of your closest friend is having a problem, you feel it. But still you want to stick to your original plan. You are not flexible. People may not like you. So you have to be flexible. So you have to be realistic. Then the people will really love you. Same thing in the commercial world. You have to understand how the market is changing. Then you have to change yourself, all your marketing approaches. If people don't like this, no point that you're offering. Then that means you don't have a relating ability. That's what happened to Nokia earlier. The earlier Nokia was the world leading brand, but they couldn't sense the market as what Samsung did. Samsung being a Korean brand. Those days, even Korean brands are not being much recognized. But they have sensed the market prior to the Nokia. And they initiated with the smart technology. And it's offered, people accepted it. But the Nokia, after that they felt and they related. So then they changed the entire approach, came up with the soft, like the smart features. Now they are surviving the market. So always marketing is a skill of feeling the market, sensing the market, relating what you are doing. So you have to do this continuously. Unless otherwise you won't be able to survive. Agree? It's a natural phenomena. Like I told you, like we can't say that marketing is only practiced in a particular organization. It's everywhere. You just imagine why the dinosaurs are not exist now. Dinosaurs being a giant, like can control the entire all the human being also, even the dinosaurs can control. So any animal the dinosaurs were able to control. But still they are not there. Now they are not exist in the world. Why? Relating ability was not there, not flexible. So what not evolving as per the environment is changing. So they had to give up the entire life. But how about the eagle? Eagle is it's having a long life. So once the eagle is come to a certain the stage in the life cycle of the eagle is adjusting, not eating. Because once the weight is too much, because eagle is the one always eat a lot of meat. So the weight goes up. So it knows that in a certain age, if the eagle eats more, so the person can't fly. So then no food, because eagles are flying very high. They have very sharp eyes, then just take the meat and go. So they are taking all their nails out, all the heavy parts of the body and let it go away. And waiting for long months and months, days without eating in the jungle. And then again, once the weight is lost, they are starting their life again, another 35 years or more years to live. So they are surviving. The relating ability. That every marketing should have to have both. Understand the market, change it. Again, understand, change it. If these two are not going, no survival. And I'm telling to you also, if you are practicing marketing, this should be there. Otherwise, you are also not serving. Understand? So, any concern from the virtual class? Do you agree with both? But I said. So these two, I suppose you can have your own notes. So I'm not giving the notes for these two because it's like general knowledge. But if you have any questions, of course, I'm willing to answer. But I want response whether you understood from the virtual class. I can see from the physical class, they got it. How about from the virtual class? Did you get it? I won't let you silent. Please tell me whether you got it or not.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. Thank you for responding. Okay, now we have finished another important area of marketing, which is the role of marketing, and I'm taking you to the next area. If you keep your eye on this slide, it's marketing management process. This is what marketing managers are doing in a company. So first they understand their marketplace. As I said earlier, this is the starting point. And see that what people are expecting, customer needs and wants. Having understood the requirement, they develop the strategies. Customer-driven marketing strategies are being developed. And then, like, once the resources are being allocated, it will become a program. So that program makes sure that will give a superior value. Because we say that always we have to do something superior than the competitors do. Then we can get the profitable customer relationship. I told you, like, profitability. So that we can create the profit for the company. So these are the steps. Remember, I will not ask this. I will not ask this. Because no point. But you should know. Hope I'm audible, the ones those are sitting at the back. But I put these slides into the note to give you an idea where is your syllabus. So in your syllabus, I'll be covering up first two steps. How we understand the marketplace as marketeers and how the strategies are being built up. Then the remaining part, it's matter of implementation. The implementation part, normally we don't cover at the undergraduate level. Okay, so keep in your mind, like, basically understand the marketplace, and the strategy development part is the one that I'm covering up with you. Now we'll start with the first one. Understand the marketplace. When understanding the marketplace, are you sure that I'm audible? Yes. When understanding the marketplace, as marketeers, we should know some basic concepts. So these 5 basic concepts should be aware for us to understand the marketplace. So I will start from this. Needs, wants, and the demand. Need is what? It's something essential. Without fulfilling it, we can't live. That's why it says that it's the state of health deprivation. You feel really deprived if it is not being fulfilled. Some examples. We feel hungry, so that we need food. So then thirsty, we feel thirsty, isn't it? There are certain very essential things that we must do, If I say like this, but marketeers can create this. Do you agree with me? Can marketeers create the need? No, they can't create the need. It's there. So long as the human being is living, need is living. It's not something marketeers can create. Want. So want is the different ways that we fulfill the need. Like here it's the slide says this is always being shaped by the culture and the individual personality. So let me see first the culture. The hunger is something common. So long as you are living, you need food. But which food that you will prefer to have depending on your culture. As we are Sri Lankans, we want rice and curry, but there may be someone in the virtual class living in another context. Sometimes you may be happy with the chapati, or you may have naan. Even you may have different way of cooking rice. So we might be putting the dal separately as a curry, but Bangladesh people, they put the dal into the rice and cook together. Different form. That's culturally bounded. As we are Asians, we look for rice. But even within the form of rice, it's different. Because the South Asian, we use for loose rice because we are using hands to eat. But the East Asians, like Chinese, Japanese, the Koreans, some Vietnamese, they use chopsticks. So they can't have loose rice with the chopsticks. So it's very sticky rice. Different form. But in the Western culture, they may not like the rice. They may go for chips, maybe fish. The Africans will go for beans and banana. Culturally bounded. Understand? Why it says that it's depending on the individual personality. People preferences are different. Like just now we finished the break. So you just imagine like we all are Asians. But once you go to the break, different people will end up with a different drinks. One may just fulfill the thirsty from a water bottle, but another one will go for Coke. Then another one will go for maybe a yogurt drink. Another one may be a functional drink. Even though the same culture, preferences are there, so that's depending on the individual personality. So therefore, we say that wants is always culturally bounded and also it's depending on the individual personality. Clear? Marketeers, do you think that the marketeers can create the want? How? How marketeers can create the want? Some example? I prefer to give the chance to virtual class. Some example how the marketeers they have created the want. Anyone from the virtual class?
So by introducing the mobile phone, so by introducing mobile phone, so it maybe improve the quality of life.
Okay, good attempt. How about from the physical? Yeah, physical class.
Advertising.
Advertising, I'd like to listen like how the advertising create the want. Which way the advertising create the want? There is an answer. Your answer is correct, but I prefer like if you can elaborate a little bit on.
If someone watch the same advertisement again and again, it can change the mind.
Okay, yeah, good attempt. I will explain. So how about from the physical class? How marketeers are creating wants? Some examples. Creating brands, okay.
Different ways of fulfilling each wants. Fulfill their wants with a brand and normal.
So once the new brands are coming, then we feel like getting it. Okay. Any other thoughts from the class?
And from
Anywhere. I don't mind like virtual or physical.
Yeah, some people will be facing a problem like without a solution. Then we can introduce this product as a solution for their problem, and we can say, this can solve the problem like this. And
Yeah. So sometimes the new solutions can be introduced by the marketeer. So this would be the solution to your problem. Yes, I can take it as a correct answer as well. I will explain like everything at last. One more chance to the physical class. Use your experience. You have a huge, very valuable experience with you. Just imagine couple of decades ago, we had the need, communication. The communication need was there. But we fulfill the communication needs from a land. Isn't it? Without any problem, we fulfill it. But whoever introduced the mobile phone, then everyone wants mobile phone. Who created it? Marketers create it. And then we were happy with the analog phone, like the button phones. Then nobody was complaining on it. But once the smartphone introduced, people want smartphone. The want is something already marketers can create. Isn't it? So therefore, I would say that sometime we might be going out of control. Because marketeers can say that these things are there, you have to buy it. Otherwise, you can't survive in the market. You can't survive in your pressure groups. So that's what the advertising is doing. So that's what all the companies are doing. That's what the different brands are doing. So like say the time that if only the flavors of ice creams are there, vanilla and chocolate, we were happy with vanilla and chocolate. But now so many varieties are there, so that we want so many varieties. Who create it? Marketers create it. Understand? So therefore, so bonds can be created by the marketers. Then the next one is demand. If the bond is backed by the purchasing power only, it will create a demand. Just imagine like if I ask you to list down your preferences to buy, you have a long list, isn't it? But how many of those ones you will purchase? Very few. Why? You don't have money. That's the case. So always, if the bond is backed by the purchasing power, then only it's ended up with the demand. So therefore, as marketers, we should understand no point of enhancing the preferences itself. To make sure the people are having the money to buy it. Like in economic crisis, especially the entire globe is suffering for. Sri Lanka is the worst case. Like no point keep on telling that these products are good and these benefits are that you are getting, and people will listen saying that yes, that's good, but what to do? I don't have money. So you have to change your pricing policies. So that's what the home appliance companies are doing. They know that people want home appliances, but the people don't have the money to pay at once. So you should understand, one side you have to highlight the benefits or the need having these sophisticated home appliances at home. But on the other hand, you have to adjust your payment term. So those days it says that, okay, you can pay on like the installment basis, but the interest add on it. Then people don't like even interest also. Nowadays they have even changed it. No interest, zero interest, you take the product, pay in install. Do you think it's financially a viable decision or not? Viable decision, why? Otherwise, we want home appliances, but we will not go even for installment plan if the interest is being added. Because we don't have money and we don't like to pay even interest. Then what happened to the the company who has already invested in that stock, which is a technical product. If the products are not being demanded by the customer, the technology will be outdated. Then no way they can convert that into cash. Then they don't have a survival. Because once it's converted into cash, they can reinvest for a latest technology. Understand? So it's okay. Even without interest, you take the product, pay us in the future. So then the money, the way that we get the money, we can reinvest for the another stock. That because we should understand not the preferences, it's the money in the hand also matters for us to create the demand. Clear? The next one. Okay, I will see whether how many of you are vigilantly in the class or not. I'll ask a small question from the so far discussion. If I say a statement like this, every want is ended up with the demand. How many of you agree? Every want is ended up with the demand. How many of you agree? The ones, those who disagree, raise your hand, please. From the both cases, every want is ended up with the demand. The ones, those who disagree, please raise your hand. How about from the virtual class? I saw only one hand raised. Okay. Is that all? Yeah. Not that everyone ended up with the demand. Why? It should be backed by the purchasing. Okay. So time to time, this is my technique. So even though you think that you know, so I twist the question into another way around. Okay. Because you are practitioners, I don't ask direct questions from you at the exam. I will ask the practical questions. So you should know like the theory what I'm giving. So I'm asking the reverse of it. Understand? Okay. So but since I'm practicing it in the class, it won't be that challenging. But you have to be vigilant in the class. So I'll just see whether you are awake in the class by giving questions time to time. Okay. So it's a kind of a self-assessment to you also. Ready for the next concept? Market offering. It's like what companies offer to fulfill the customer's requirement. Okay. Anything. So this anything is coming in different forms. That can be a physical product. Take down in the notebook like some example. Some examples of physical product that comes as a market offering. In fact, it's a silly question. I should not ask from you, but doesn't mean that I do undermine you, but since just want to complete the notes that I asked. What are the physical products that we purchase? Anything have a tangibility in it, ranging from properties to a simple toffee. That's all the physical products. And some of the offerings we get in terms of services. Take down examples by yourself. Some services we consume and some services companies offer. You can like share your answers.
Financial services.
Financial services, transportation services, telecommunication services, medical services, education service, even I'm giving now service. Now the challenging part is coming. Some are coming in the form of information. So now think about an example. Like, this is how you have to think. They give information, for that they are charging from us. We as customers, just to get that information, we have to pay for it. Now think about an example and do it. So in that kind of a situation, what they're offering is not a physical product. Even though I'm trying to explain those ones in detached, so sometimes it's coming in combination, but mainly they offer the information. So that is what they offer for it. Think and write the examples. So long as the virtual class is ready, I wish to listen to your answers.
Medical reports.
Any other examples?
Statistics like population data.
Sorry, you are being interrupted. Could you please repeat the answer?
Statistics, I mean like a population data.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, we'll see.
Ma'am, like in the food sector, we can market like buy one, get one free. Our new brands we can give with our old products.
Okay, some information. Okay, that's about the promotional information. Okay, we'll see. How about you thinking in the virtual physical class? The information. From that, we don't get any physical product. We don't get like it's not predominantly the service. It's just information. So that we have to pay.
Research.
Yeah, maybe a research reports where you have to subscribe sometime. So sometime like once you search certain reports in the internet, so only the first part it's been given, and it's saying that if you want to get access to the rest, maybe books, they say that you have to subscribe. Information, isn't it? So why you put the news alert in your phones? So why you watch news? For information, what's happening in the globe, isn't it? So it's mainly the information. So some published reports. So why we go to some published reports like in Sri Lanka Central Bank annual reports? For information. World Bank reports for information. They mainly provide the information. Experience. Again, I give a chance to you for 2 minutes thinking. Think of an example. I'll give you a hint for you to think. Hint for you to think. Same like we are buying a physical product or services. We want the experience, so that's why we there. For that, we pay for it. You want to get that experience, we pay and get that experience as customers. In which kind of scenarios? Right? First write and then discuss. If I put the company's perspective, the companies are giving that experience. For giving that experience, they are charging from the customers. If your brain is not like helping you alone in the physical class, you have been privileged to have a chat with the one who is sitting next to you. But of course, in the virtual class, you don't have that privilege. Ready? So any thoughts from the virtual?
Adventure activities.
Good thought. How about from the class, physical class?
Physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy, okay.
3D movie.
Sorry? 3D movies, okay. So any other attempt? Anywhere, either online or offline. Okay, let's see. You as a customer, you want to experience. To get that experience, you are paying. That's how you have to think. Yes, it's the adventure park. It's the outbound training programs. Where else that you want to get the experience? Like if you are going to Disney, for what? To experience in Sri Lankan context, if you are, whenever you are going for the water world or leisure world, the ones those who are in the out of the country, you might have visited the Disneyland. For what? Experience. For that you are paying. So maybe some training programs that you want to get some experience, so you pay and go, isn't it? Okay. What else? Movies. Okay. So you want to experience, especially if you are in a 3D movie. So you feel like you are in the context. So that's why when the people are watching movies, they are crying. So sensitive ones, because now they are living in the context of the movie. So that means it shows that they are experiencing. I'll keep the person. Yeah, I'll take the person next. Person. How come a person become a product? It's a bit challenging, but I'll like to listen to you. Just think for 2 minutes and write the answer, then tell. Person is the one that offering as the product. Two minutes thought, write it and get back to me. I'm talking about something ethical, not unethical. Okay. Any thoughts from the virtual class?
Manpower supply.
Sir, I didn't get you, unfortunately.
Manpower supply for a project. There is, I mean the manpower supply. For an example, for a project, if there is,
Did you get what person said? Unfortunately, that could be a technical issue. Anyway, like I appreciate your attempt. Anyone from either case? Online or offline?
Consultants.
Consultants, okay, we'll see.
Data services.
Huh?
Data
Data services, okay, we'll see. Any other attempt? Yes, celebrities. Yeah. Because I told you, like, marketing, it's not only for commercial, like, it's not limited to a particular company. So individual marketing also there. So celebrities, singers, actors, actresses, even politicians. But I didn't take in Sri Lankan context, so that's why. So when the political party wants to win the power, what they have to do? They have to pick up the people that can be sold, isn't it? Whenever you are directing or producing a film, you have to take the actors and actress who can sell person, isn't it? Okay. Place, think, write, tell. Play. When you are ready, of course, you can share your answers. Places. The way that you can think is like the place is the one that they offer. So they say that this is a good place. You come and visit.
Great wonder. Great wonder of the world.
Yeah, the great wonders of the world. Yes.
The hotels.
Cottages. Yes. So that's mainly being used in tourism. Where in the international tourism, different countries are being offering it in a different way. Like the Maldives would say something, the Sri Lanka would say something else, and another country would say something else. So that means the entire country is the one that they are offering it as the product. Even in the local tourism, we have, like in Sri Lankan context, we say that you have to come and visit Sigiriya. You have to come and visit the World's End. So likewise, even in Vietnam, there are certain the nice locations. So they take the entire location and say that you have to visit and experience this. So then the place is the market of it. Event. Think, write, tell. Example for events. Whoever ready in the virtual class, you can share your thoughts.
Carnivals.
Okay, I got your answer. Any other one? I can do one more chance to the online. How about the class, physical class?
So,
Festivals? Huh? Exhibitions? Is, yeah, concerts, yeah, those are the ones. Like it would be exhibitions, it would be musical shows, it would be concerts. Like what else? So any kind of event, like event is something that has a short life. Organize, present, get the customers, finish it off. Okay. Ideas. The ideas is the one that they offer. For giving that ideas, they are charging from us. We as customers, to get the ideas, we pay for them, we get the ideas. Write down examples. Write down the examples and then tell. Or if I put in the layman language to get the ideas, we have to pay for them. Any thoughts? Huh? You have to speak loud because I can't get closer to you. Home decorations, okay. Any consultants, okay, we'll see. So about from the virtual class, any insights? From whom we get the ideas. So for that, they are charging from us.
Lawyers.
Yeah, the lawyers, they give advices, for that they are charging from us. Business consultants, they give the ideas and they are charging. Counseling, isn't it? And even like wedding organizers, some wedding planners and those kind of people. And the like the architecturals. So mainly the designers. So they are the one those who are selling ideas, like giving ideas and charging for that idea. So I hope that the idea is like this. Even though with the narrow mind, we might think that the companies are offering only product and services. No. From this point onwards, you should understand it has a large variety, not just a physical product or a service that is coming in different forms. And even though I discuss those ones in isolation, in detached way, but it comes as a collection in combination. Okay. So then I will give you one scenario. So you have to identify in which form that it's coming. Suppose that you are visiting a Disney, or in Sri Lankan students, you are visiting the waterfall or leisure park. Identify which combination that it has. Write it down. If you are visiting whatever, or if you are visiting whatever I have given for the physical class, for the Disney I have given for the virtual class, same thing. In which combination of market offering that you are experiencing, that you can see. Predominantly what? Mainly what? Mainly in which form? It's the experience. The whatever or Disney, that mainly what their main offering is experience. The peripheral offerings,
Yes.
plates, yes, they are promoting the plates as well. What else? Services, yes, they may have sanitary services and they may have like food serving services. Yeah, services also there. What else? Product also there because we might consume something out there. We might purchase. Product also we can see. What else? Even events like maybe a water event or maybe like bird event. So whatever, even events also there. Is that all? Is that all out of these different forms?
Information.
Yeah, so some information because if they have like some the documentary kind of things, or maybe if they are showcasing some information. So then information we can see. What else? So we have almost saying that everything except the ideas and persons. Even persons possible. Some cartoon characters. So they dress like cartoon characters and then hanging around and let people to take pictures. So what I wanted to tell you, like when companies are offering something, so they won't offer in an isolation. It's been offered as a package. Even if you go and have food in McDonald's, what it predominantly has? Predominantly product, because you are going there to have the food. But you are not simply having the food. You're getting their service if you are dining over there. And also if you are going with your children, they get the experience of playing. So that's the logic we should understand. It's always coming as a package. I hope it's clear. So since we have roughly like 12 or 10 minutes, I'll discuss the last one. I think we discussed that day satisfaction. No, we didn't discuss satisfaction, right? See, now I have already discussed customer needs, wants, and demand. We finished market offering in different forms of offering that we finished. So let me go to this customer value and satisfaction. This customer value I have already discussed. What is satisfaction? You as customers, once you have purchased a product, so sometimes you may have a feeling like you are satisfied, but sometimes you may not have feeling like that you are satisfied. So if so, what is satisfaction? Write it down, please. As you think. Satisfaction is this. I'd like to listen to the virtual class. What is satisfaction? Don't ask from the Google. Ask from your brain. What is satisfaction? Yeah, I can see one hand is raising. You can take the chance. I don't know if it's an accident or you really want to speak. So what do you think satisfaction is? Anyone in the virtual class?
Achievement of the expectation.
achievement of the expectations. Yes, I think I got what you said was, okay. How about from the physical class?
The content.
Two,
The content.
contentment, okay. Any thoughts from the class? And just think about yourself, like once you purchase a product, you are purchasing it just because you have seen a value in it. You have compared benefits and the cost. You think that, okay, this will give you these benefits to me, so that I will purchase this. Then how you feel satisfied then?
I am happy with it.
Pardon?
I am happy with it.
So far, if you are happy with it, then you are satisfied. Then like how do you define like you are happy?
It's fulfill my requirements.
Yeah, if it is fulfill your requirement, then you are happy, then you are satisfied. How do you know that your the requirements are being fulfilled?
This is more than, this is more than, engaged.
Yeah, so you comparing, this is what I thought, this is what it gives. So satisfaction is a feeling. Feeling that comes out of what? Comparing two things. What you expected, what you actually getting. So what you expected was your perceived value. But what you are actually getting is the performance of the product. What your actual value, isn't it? So then depending on the performance and the expectation. What you expected, if it is being really given, then you are happy. So it's a matter of comparison of two things. P stand for performance of the product. So whenever you are buying a pair of shoes, you thought that you can use that pair of shoes for 6 months. That will give you the comfort and likewise. But once you start using it, then if it is really tiring your feet, you are not satisfied with it. That means the performance doesn't match with the expectations. Then you are in this situation, dissatisfied. The performance is smaller than what you expected. But in the pair of shoes, like if it is very comfortable and now you are using it for 6 months as you thought, then you are really happy. So sometimes like it might give more than what you thought. So you thought of using it for 6 months, but now it's almost like 8 months. Still, it's the pair of shoes is usable. So this situation we call as customer is delighted. So then the satisfaction is what? It's a matter of comparing what you thought, what you expected from the product, what you perceived value with the actual value, the performance of the product. So then if you are, since you are the accountants, the professionals in the accounting field. So if I say as a marketeer, we have to keep the customer in these two relationships. It's our target. Either you have to give what the customer expected, or you have to give more than what customer expected. So then it's a matter of the managing with the expectations, isn't it? But you have to be careful. So whenever you are giving expectations to customer, that means you promise something. Okay. So sometimes purposefully, you can give like less expectations. Then in reality, it's more better. So then you can keep the customer in a delighted situation. Mathematically, technically correct. but it's wrong. Why? You may not attract sufficient number of customers. If the pair of shoes are usable for 6 months, just mere the intention of delighting the customer, if you are saying that this is usable only for 3 months, you really know that if this person purchase it, thirdly person will be delighted because it's usable for 6 months. But who wish to take that pair of shoes for that price if it is usable only for 6 months, only for 3 months? That's the problem. So that's why here it's saying that keeping too little expectation, it's not good, because you won't attract sufficient number of customers. But you can't lie the customer also. To attract more customers, if you give unnecessary expectations, what will happen? So if you are promising unnecessarily, that means you are making a wrong promise. Once the people start using the product, they realize that you are lying. So then giving too much of expectations is also dangerous, because you make the customer disappointed. So in simply, if you want to satisfy the customer, what you have to do is tell the truth. If your product is having some defects, tell it in advance. So this is the one. This has these good points. Also, it has this bad point. I'll leave the decision to you. Don't hide the bad point and sell the product, because one day if they realize, once they realize that you are being cheated, they never come back to your brand. So the loss may be forever. So that's what it says, that it's all matter of giving the promises, either in the commercial world or in the individually. If you can do something, say yes. If you can't do it, say no. So sometimes it will be like hard decision for the other person to accept. But in the future, the person will realize this person is a genuine person. If not possible, say it's not possible. If possible, say it's possible. Okay, I think we are in a better shape to finish the class so far that we have covered up to this level.